All right, what's up, y'all? So someone commented on my YouTube wanting to know how to make a braid. So I actually don't know how to make a braid, so I'm gonna try to figure out how to make a braid, and then I'll post the video on trying to make a braid. First, I gotta make a head, I guess, like a, like a character's head or face or something. Probably looks crazy, right? I probably should have, I probably should have sketched this character out first. Until I figured out, did this part, but that's okay. All right, I think this could probably work. The head is a little fat. We'll do some ears. If I want to do it, I want it to be somewhat realistic. Something like that, right? All right, let's take this and this. We'll voxel remesh them together. Let's do a little smoothie poo. It's kind of like a character's face, right? Let's voxel remesh this. Probably could have made it a little softer. Post subdivision to 2, division X, just bring it down till it's nice and round. I can actually do the post subdivision 2 more and validate. And I'm only doing that because let's do layer and sub. And this is going to be the ear. So we'll just do something like that. And then on the body, maybe we'll just do some clay here. Maybe we'll do layer. Maybe we'll do layer, not sub. And we can add a little piece here. And I also want to take the head and still kind of squeeze it in a little bit there. Okay, so these are the ears. We'll validate this. And then we'll voxel remesh these together. Maybe I should do the neck too. Let me do the neck too. Add a cylinder. Shrink it. Okay, let's go back to the settings here and make the bottom a little wider. It's kind of a thick neck. I think that works. And let's take this in the ears and voxel remesh. 176 is fine. I usually do around, when I voxel remesh things, I try to, the lowest point I go is usually around 150 or so. That's a good median between things being detailed but still being able to be soft. Oh, the ears look so weird now. Why is that? What did I do? They're a little high. I think that's what it is. They're a little high, and maybe, oh, I guess I did. Did I voxel remesh them? I did. Maybe I can go back a step. Whatever, that's fine. I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. I'll just bring this down a little lower. Just squeeze the head a little bit. I would like to rotate the ears, but that's okay. We'll put the ears down a little bit more. And why do they look so lopsided? That looks a bit better. Excuse me. And I'm going to flatten the side of the head a bit. Whoops. We'll see how that looks. So now I'm going to take, oh, that's the neck. Let's not do the neck yet. Let's voxel remesh this. Around 175 is good. Let's see what it looks like when we smooth it. Looks better. Still it's kind of annoying. I don't like where it connects on the head. It really, really bothers me. So what I'll do is, I think I'm gonna wind up adding the neck. Push the neck back. Validate it. I don't want to sneeze. I hate sneezing. Please don't sneeze. I have a fear of sneezing ever since I had like severe, what is it called? In your back when you get like, you know, those bulging discs. Okay, so we'll do something like that. So what I want to do is actually, I want to take the ears and I'm going to pull them apart from the head, comically far. Oops. Even this, I'm just going to smooth that, because I can just make a new one. That's fine. We'll just use layer and just make a new one here. Okay, so let's just voxel remesh all this together. 175 should be fine. We'll smooth it all out. Oh, we lost a lot with the ears. Not sure why. That's okay. This is the problem when I want to do a tutorial and I have to, like, for example, for this one, it's like make a braid, and then I spend so much time on other stuff. All right, so let's do select mask, lasso, symmetry is on, and we'll just take the ear. We'll select the ear, and then we'll invert it. And then I can take the ear and I can just move it back up against the head. Like so, and then we can just select mask again and clear it, and then we have a nice line that makes way more sense for the ear. We have that nice line there. I know it probably doesn't feel like much, but it feels like much to me. I like it. Oh, the cheeks are so round. I guess it's a Pixar type character. Okay. Excuse me. So how do we want to do the eye sockets? Sometimes I like to do the eyeballs. Oops. Oops. You got to be careful when you make little slight accidental movements, because sometimes that can mess up symmetry later on. So just be aware. So I think the eye should be around here. Okay, we'll go ahead and mirror it. And then we'll take this and maybe we can use clay. Let's try clay and sub. Let's see what that looks like. That looks wild. Let's smooth it and just see how it looks. Let's do mask. Okay, we'll invert. Then we'll take the gizmo, make sure there's nothing on the back. Sometimes the mask will go through. It's annoying. So we'll do something like that. Maybe we'll push it in a little bit more. Usually don't want to push it in too much though. Go back to the mask and clear it. And then we can smooth it. Flatten this out. First of all, that's not too pretty. Flatten this out. This probably would have been a lot easier if I kind of like sketched the character out first. Okay, so let's take these eyes and make them look not as crazy. It's not bad. Let's add a little cylinder. Okay, post subdivision to 2. Make it nice and round. Okay, we'll validate that. Let's do mask again. The only problem is I can't remesh it. That's okay. We'll do that nice classic wide mouth. Do I want to do that though? Maybe I want to do the mouth closed. That would be crazy, huh? I haven't done a mouth closed in a long time. Okay, we can do something like that. We can smooth it. Clay, maybe we'll make a bottom lip here. Smooth it. crease. Do a nice crease here, and maybe even I feel like we need a little bit more of a we can try pinch. Cheeks are still like super round. But, you know, I'm just like, sometimes you just gotta have fun. You know, you really, really have to just have fun sometimes and not think too much about it, not get too crazy with it. We'll flatten out the eyes a little bit, maybe? Oh, I don't know about that, actually. I think I like them better round, huh? Yeah, this face shape is wild. It's a little bit better. Let's add, oh, the nose. The eyes, let's add another sphere. Oops. I wish I had the option for a really clean gizmo. God, that head is massive. Okay, so the head is massive, so that means you gotta flatten it out. Oops, gotta be careful. I forgot the flatten tool is really annoying because it just has this huge outer circumference. Instead of just being able to control it, it just flattens this like huge space, and I don't know how to really like control it, unfortunately. Fall off. Influence. Circle. I don't know what the difference is. Nope, see, it's still, oh, that's the circle, isn't it? That's the whole circle. Sphere, maybe that's the same thing, yeah. I don't know. I hate the flatten tool. I used to really, really like it, but then something happened. a while back, and it just stopped being as good in my eyes, but who knows? Maybe it's just me. Okay, maybe we want to turn off symmetry. Let's go to drag and turn off symmetry, and just you can switch the mouth up a little bit, maybe push one side in a little further, maybe a little move tool. Something like that. Let's do a nice little inflate above the eyes. Let's do move again. Oh, you know what? I didn't. Gotta really make sure. Why do I feel like that's not even? Did I do clay or inflate? Let's do inflate. Oh, you know what's annoying though if I do that? I want to be able to use symmetry for the eyelashes. So I think that pretty much has to be the same. So we'll do path. Oh, they look different, don't they? Make it here. We'll do it around there, like so. Looks good. So we'll do all the radii, all the radiuses here. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and do profile. That looks great. Oh, let's take snap off so it goes into the mesh, so it'll be nice and hidden. Maybe we can even add another one here. That looks hidden. Maybe I'll turn smooth shading off, and then bring the division X down. Maybe we'll do linear. Do I want to do linear subdivision? And then bring the division X down? Yeah, let's do like 84. I'm down with that. Because it's going to be so... Oh, actually, let's mirror it. That's good. Because it's going to be black anyway, so I don't think the ridges are going to show that much. Let's try the eyes a little bigger. All right, so probably should have put a little bit more on the back of the head. I'm being honest. She doesn't have much of a forehead, unfortunately. And let's just do tube for, let's do path. Yeah, let's just do tube for an eyebrow. Okay, maybe we'll something like that. Let's clone it. We'll do two separate ones. Let's clone it. Brow A. This is brow B. So I'm just going to clone it. What I do is I usually just do one on one side, do the other one on one side, and then just flip it eventually. Okay, so let's figure this out. Whoops. Looks like I'm on the one that I have hidden. Okay, so we'll make the whole thing a bit thicker. Then we'll use all the radii. We'll do profile, which is great, but we probably need a little bit more shape to it. That looks good. We'll try something like that for now. So what we need to do is make this probably should have just did flat, to be honest with you. That's better. Maybe like one more, if I can just figure out how to get... No. Something like that seems a lot better, but I don't know. I wonder if I can... Let's turn off smooth shading. It's not too bad. Okay. Actually, I should mirror this one instead. Clone that one. Looks decent. So I'm going to validate it and then just shrink it. And then just flatten it to the face, I think. Looks decent, but I want to try something else. Mask. Mask. Maybe those are too thick. I don't know. Let's go to, where is it? Is it here? Oops. Increase the height a little bit. No, actually, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Smoothness. Bring that down. Maybe I want the sharp border. I don't know. All. We'll try all. And then let's just extract. Okay, then we'll go back to here, clear the mask. These probably need a nice little voxel remesh. Otherwise, if I smooth them, they're just going to disappear. So we'll smooth them out a little bit. And then maybe you can take flatten. Oh, interesting. Okay, nice. Push it back a little bit. Make some adjustments. Not bad. Okay, so braids. So let's just make her have dark hair, I suppose. So we'll make some hair first. Let's use our old buddy X-Ray. I guess X-Ray doesn't help that much. Okay. We'll validate and then we'll just make a little more hair on the front. We'll do clay and sub, and we can sort of adjust the hair a bit. So it'd be kind of like that, and then this part usually comes up a bit. But we'll do clay and sub and just add a little there. Something like that. Let's do a little smoothie poo. So there's kind of a base for the hair. Let's make sure we label it hair. I don't want to crash. Okay. Firstly, I want to take everything and just tilt it a little more forward. That looks better. And maybe I need to bake everything too. So the reason I'm baking everything is so you see how my gizmo is not straight. I'm in orthographic. Now the reason I always sculpt in orthographic, things like this. So now if I do pivot, auto pivot, or pivot, center pivot, or not, bake, pivot, center, there we go, auto pivot. Just baking these things. Oh, these are not validated, so those are fine. The lashes. Just go ahead and validate these. This is the head. Hair is baked. Mirror, these are the these are P1. I always call pupils P1, or in this case P11, I guess. These are P2. These are the eye whites. Nose. We'll bake. Save. Okay. Okay, so now I can figure out how to make a braid. Okay, so now I have to figure out how to actually make the braid. So I'm just gonna hit solo. I'm gonna hit grid, front, so we can see the grid. I'm gonna do tube and just make a tube. Path, tube. Solo, solo. Oh, really all I want to see is the tube, but I guess maybe I can't do that. Annoying. Maybe I can't do it unless I okay, so I'm just snapping this to the grid just to make it easy. So it looks like I need to, it'd be nice if I can use the grid actually. So let's see if I can do that. If I can snap these to the grid, let me bring this down. Okay, so maybe this will be helpful, but I feel like I have to do this though. Let me bring this out of a mirror so it's just normal. So I can figure out what I have to do. I think I need to make these a little more curvy. This looks so wild though. I do like the spiral, but I'm not sure if the spiral is the way to go. Oh yeah. It doesn't look like this is the way to go either though, unfortunately. Oops. Okay, so we can also use the spiral, so down here, and then you can spiral it, which always seems useful, but I'm not quite sure. Let's leave it nice and thin for now. So I wonder if I can clone this don't know if the offset will help me. Oh, the offset just makes it a bit more round. Offset angle. Oh, that's probably better. Offset angle. That's definitely braidish. Oh, that's definitely braidish. Right? Okay. So now, let's go back to here. Oh. I guess I can tap this and make this, let's say 2. Oi. Oi. So 0.1. Okay. Can make it a little smaller, I guess. 0.5. Let's take the other one. Do the same thing. Oh my god, I really can't win. We'll just make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. Oh, you know what? Let's turn this off. So we'll make this bigger and this bigger. Make this smaller. Oops. And the other one's smaller. Let's turn this ugly grid off. Now, can I move this? I kind of want to move it to the center. Oops. Let's do the radii on all of the, oh. So I have to figure out how to, even if I make them thicker, they're still not like tightening up. The offset is good. Scale. I don't know if maybe I need to like physically move them closer together, maybe. No. Maybe if we add a little bit more spiral to it. Maybe that's what it needs. It's not really a braid anymore. It just turns into 2 swirls. This is more like the braid. Right? Oh. I feel like we were close. And also, why is the tube so weird? I'm not sure why it gets that straight line down the middle. I don't know if it's snap. Let's see, if I turn snap off, still gets it. I don't think it has anything to do with a line. Constant density. I don't really know what if that makes any difference. B-spline. Let's turn B-spline off and see. Nope, still there. Yeah, I don't really know what's up with that. I find that to be strange that it doesn't just coil. Oh, that's what it is. So when it's too close, apparently it does that. Okay. Okay. What happens if I stretch it this way? And it's tricky because I don't even really know what a braid looks like how to make a braid. Like I think it's 3 pieces of hair that go over. I think that's what makes it tricky. I clone this. See, it like feels sort of, it feels sort of right, but then not really right. Maybe they need to be squeezed. Sorry, that just like sounded funny for some reason. I'm literally just like experimenting. Oh, I feel like we're so close. Just seeing if I can like bring these in like manually or something. Okay. What happened to the, oh. Okay, let's think of something else. All right, let's try to think of it a different way. So if I was to use, the tube is good. Let's try a cylinder. Solo. I guess I can't really, the only problem with the cylinder is I can't really add anything to it. I kind of have to, I'm kind of forced to just validate it. Okay, so let's say I just validate this. Clone. Maybe not clone yet. Maybe clone. Okay. So if you were going to make a braid, it's all like coming out of the same spot, right? Kind of. And this, I can't even move these things properly. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably symmetry. That goes there, then this one goes like there. But they go wider out, don't they? Maybe it starts in the middle one. Maybe the middle one comes out. Over this one. And then this one like goes over that one, I think. Is that how it works? Okay, so that way is not really gonna work. I just wanted to like kind of feel it out. think it's like this one over, and then this one over. I'm trying to think of my like Great British Bake Off. Alright, I just want to try one more thing. Oops. What happens if I put these in? What if I put one for every point in the hair? It feels very like something a professional would do, right? Okay. I don't know why I can't. Okay. If we flatten it, if we do snap 90 and just snap it this way, let's bring the grid back and just see, it's not even like down the center. It's so strange to me. I want to put the pivot line. No. There. Okay. I want to clone, maybe rotate. Not bad. Okay, so is this the cloned one? Like, why is it so crazy there? All right, let me try to do this a little bit more clinical. So we're looking at the front. If I clone it and do snap. Okay, that's twice. I don't know. I don't know how to do a braid. I'm stumped. Okay, let's add a Taurus, and then let's tap on the Taurus so it's the only thing in the scene. Okay, I have a better idea, I think. Let's do snap 90 this way. Okay. Okay. Can I do a, no, there's no way to do a repeater. Can I add a curve? Count. Wait, oh, here's the curve. Can we snap this? Okay, the count is going to be like that. Ooh, randomize. Turn that off. Spiral. Twist angle. It's kind of cool. Whoops. Alright, let's turn this stuff off. Sorry, I apologize for my fan being so loud. It's just, your boy gets hot. Let's make this one bigger and this smaller. If I do a spiral, I want it to twist individually. Randomize rotation. That's cool. I would have never thought. That's kind of cool. Okay, so if I make this a little smaller, let's see what happens. What if we clone? Oh, why is it like that? Come on, bro. Why would you even do that? Wait, why are you being such a butt monkey like that? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, are we cloned? What are we doing here? We cloned? Taurus clone. Taurus. Where's the other Taurus? I'm so confused. Clone. Ooh. Take it off snap. Kind of rotate it. You can still go here and make it a little thicker or thinner. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That one is thickness. Okay, so I think something like that. Something like that. Oh, you know what? If I can just do 2 and then maybe like 1 in the middle, I think that would be good. All right, so let's just validate this. And let's bring everything back. I just want to see how this would work like in real life. What is this back here? We can get rid of this. Okay, let's get rid of this ugly grid. There's more. Let me get this off of a line. It's making my life annoying. Okay, so let's just use move. I think move should, oh, let's do drag. I think drag moves everything, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll clone. These are very heavy duty braids though, so you have to be kind of careful with them. Heavy is in like really high resolution. So, oops. Normally I would use drag for something like this, but okay, so that's actually not too terrible, if I'm being honest. I know it looks a little strange now, but let's go delete PBR. We'll just select everything and just change it to color for now. But the hair, we can, if we made black, just to get a decent look. you know, like it's decent. Okay, so let's go back to our good old mat cap. Let's hide these two. Okay, so I think I have a decent way to do it. I still don't quite understand what I did, but I know that I didn't use tube. I know that I add a Taurus. I'm gonna go solo, solo, oops, solo, solo. So I can just see the torus. We'll go to gizmo, we'll snap it 90 degrees like this. And let's actually put, oh, what am I doing? Grid. Let's go to the torus options and just make it a little thicker, I think. I believe. All right, so now we'll just add a curve. So the curve we're just going to drag down. I'm not sure why it's turning like that. Oh. I'm going to put it on this green line. There we go. But why did it turn this though? That I don't understand. I don't know why it would have done that. Let's go back to the gizmo. Snap it 90 degrees this way. Or you know what? Let's do it. No, let's do it this way. So let's go back to the, so we have the torus and then we have the curve options. So the curve options, I just want to make it a little taller. And I'm snapped to the grid, as you can see. That's because I have this magnet. I'm on orthographic and I have the grid on. And also, and if you don't see the grid, just make sure you hit front. All right, so let's add more. Okay, so we've added 8. And go back here. The curve, oh, that's right. The curve options have the radius here. So if we tap this, we can make the bottom smaller. That's already good. And if you don't want it to go in increments, just turn this magnetic thing off. So that might be a little easier. So let's make the bottom one small like that. And let's add a few more. I think something like that is what we want. We might want to stretch the sphere. Not exactly sure. Well, let's leave it. Let's just leave this for now. Okay. So how did we do the other one? I honestly don't even remember. So at this point, I think we clone. And I think we might rotate. Okay, so before I clone, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take snap and just do 30%. And just tilt it like that. Clone it. We'll go back to the original and then another 30 like that. And then maybe we offset it. maybe take these and stretch them. I don't really know. Well, let's go back. Curve options. Pivot, twist. I don't think we need twist. Randomize, no. Spiral, no. Stretch this out. And I don't think if I'm using the curve, can I twist any of these? Clone. This is too many, maybe? Maybe I did too many. Nope. Oh gosh. Maybe I need to twist just the angle. What if I, oops, what if I validate? If what if I validate the mirror and then uninstance? Why does it move so crazy? Hmm. How did I get the other braid? I honestly don't even know. Let's start over. Add, totus, just solo it. Snap it forward. And we'll add a curve. We'll go to the curve settings. Go back to this and make sure that it's, even though I can see that it's not straight. We'll go here and make sure come on, curve. Let's just add some more, actually. Let's just add some more. Because that might actually be better if they're not touching. Let's increase the thickness. It's actually not bad. It feels a bit right, right? Let's go back to the curve settings. Make the bottom smaller. Looks like we need to add a couple more, maybe. Okay, that looks about right. Now what? If we take this, clone it, let's just do a line. Oh, always does that. That looks kind of good. That looks kind of good. I want to see, I wonder if I can repeat that. If I can repeat that, I'm calling it done, because this is my brain is just, my brain can't compute. So let's just hide this and let's just try it again. I want to do a succinct tutorial. So maybe I'll practice that now so I can just edit this into the regular tutorial. Let's turn this on. That means that we mean business. Do a little burp. Oh boy. Okay, so let's create a braid. So first we're going to add a torus. Okay, I'm going to put it in the front. So I'm actually using orthographic. I have the grid on, and you'll see this little magnet, so we want it to be magnetized. So let's use our gizmo and let's do snap. We can take it off of a line, it doesn't need to be on a line. So we'll do snap, and it should be on 90 degrees by default. So now I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees towards us. You can hit front again. So now this torus, I'm going to move mine to the top. Let's just rename it Braid. So now let's add a curve modifier. So now we see curve and braid. And I'm going to tap on the braid just to go back to the braid. Actually, that's dumb. I'm going to tap on the curve. So it brings up all the curve options. This might be on top. It's okay. I like mine on the bottom. So now let's just tap. So these are the curve settings. And this is just the, why did the curve go away? That's fine. So these are the curve settings, and we need to take this white sphere and just drag it down. Okay, and now if you notice, if you hit left, that it's off, so we just want to bring this to the green. And then we can go back to front, and I'm just going to make this longer. So it's something like that. So now I'm going to tap on this torus again, and then use the gizmo, and I'm going to tilt it. Let's turn snap off, and then just tilt it this way. So now we go back to the torus options, and we can make it thicker with this green. So I'm going to make it fairly thick. We'll hit front again. So now we have our two donuts on a curve, and we can fill up the middle of this curve by going back to our curve options and then turning up the count. So we'll turn up the count to something like that for now. Let's hit radius, so that way we can make this part smaller and this part bigger. So we'll just, whoopsie daisies. I don't know why. Oh, let's turn the magnetic off. You can turn that off. You can turn the grid off as well. And this should allow us more control, like so. So as you can see, there's too much space, so let's add to the count here. Let's take a look from the right. So we can add some more, but maybe we'll make this bigger. Yes, there we go. So now they're touching, but they're kind of on a slant. Looks good. And I think I'm going to tilt it a little bit more, so I'm going to tap on this, use the gizmo, and just tilt it a little bit more. Like so. We'll go back to the front. I think I might need to take some away. And I might need to just tilt this a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. So from the front, I just like it when there's that little bit of space. I think it's going to look a little bit better. So you might have to just tilt the donut so you have something like this. Okay. So next, we just need to clone this. So let's tap on the donut. Wait, did I do mirror or did I do clone? Let me check. Mirror. I think I did clone. Okay, so next we will clone this. So let's tap on our donut, clone, and then we'll just move it over a little. Let's bring the braid back up, delete this mirror, select both of these again. Okay, so now we'll just tap on the donut. Let's hit clone. And then let's just move this to the side. And then let's move it up. So let's hit align so it's just going straight up. Like so. Go back to front and we can move it in a little bit. You can rotate it. Rotate it some more to kind of get it to look exactly the way you want it to look, but I think that looks pretty cool. So there's a lot of options that you can do with this kind of braid. You can do it like this, but I think that looks pretty good. You can also adjust the donut because maybe it looks better. You know, if it's sort of, you know, you just might need to make adjustments and adjust them with the donut. So whatever you do to the donut is just going to affect the look of everything. So you might have to just go through and make some changes if you want. Maybe you might want to, let's take it off of a line. You might want to flatten this, and then maybe we'll flatten this one too. So you can flatten them. Then if you flatten them, maybe you want it more of a look like that. You can squeeze them together. You know, if you want to hide like the bottom or something. So there's lots of options that you can do with this. Now, it's pretty high res. So what I would do is take this braid, take all of these, and let's tap the curve last. And just validate. So now if I wanted to, shit's so low. Use this for a braid, I could just bring it here. And since it's not voxel remeshed together, I would have to, let's see, where are my tools? Oh, you know what I did by accident? When I validated, you want to make sure you have join children. So I'll just hit yes and then go through that whole rigmarole again. So we'll make it smaller, move it over. I'm going to use a line again just to move it a little bit easier. Okay, so something like that. Now let's say you want to bend it. Instead of using move, I'm going to use drag and make it really big so that it kind of acts like move. Let's turn symmetry off. And then I'll just use drag to kind of shape it. That kind of thing. Whoop. Just got to be careful with it. You don't want to, you got to figure out what you want to do because you can't move it that much clearly or else it gets kind of messed up. But something like that looks good. Obviously you can take it and mirror it to the other side kind of thing. She looks wild. You can obviously clone it. Now these resolutions are quite big, so you might want to like figure out exactly what you need to do, because it can, you know, it can really be a drag on the system pretty quickly. Now I'm not sure how this would look. Like, let's say we validate and voxel remesh this. This is just the hair yet. Let's say we voxel remesh this whole thing together. Let me do a quick save. Let's say we do it at like 250. So it's going to solidify those, which isn't too bad, but then it's, you can see all of this. But they're decent looking braids, and I think if you use that method, you can probably get them to look just like you want. There's one other thing I wanted to show you before I finish up here. I just want to get back to just one braid. I'm going to delete this mirror. I'll select these and just do solo. So the only other thing that I wanted to show you is you can actually mirror as well. So I'm going to use the gizmo, and you can mirror and get some interesting things that way. I don't know how interesting, but it depends on the kind of braid that you want. You know, maybe you want something like this that looks more like a ponytail or something. But I don't know how to get. Let's see, if we validate, you might be able to use move and try to just close up these gaps. I'm not exactly sure it'll work, but kind of moves everything around. But anyway, the mirror is another is another cool way to get. Let me say that again. The mirror is another cool way to get interesting braid type things. But anyway, hopefully that was helpful. That was very difficult. If you want to see the whole video of me racking my brain trying to figure out how to do a braid, then you can watch the original video. Maybe something that I do, or maybe my failures will, you know, help you to understand my way of thinking and my way of problem solving and working through issues, which is probably the most important thing with 3D sculpting. And just with art in general, it's all about problem solving. It's all about figuring out ways that you can get to the look that you want to get to. Keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to go more in depth, then definitely check out my Skillshare classes where I am a top teacher. I have about 50 classes, both Procreate and Nomad Sculpt. I also have a few classes on Udemy, so if you want to learn more, or you just like my style, you like the way I teach, you want to support me, those are some other places that you can do it. Thanks again, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.